lucid. For you are in a human body, you are cut off from most of your abilities, and you must learn to work with energy in any way that you can. But there are also upgrades for you to claim, and they will come to you when you are ready, silent, for you will always miraculously find what you need in this life and in this timeline. Welcome to 5D Channels and Chats with Rachel Chamness. As a shamanic channel and mentor, I'll be sharing wisdom and healing from higher dimensions through channeling beings of light. You will also hear liquid Reiki shamanic sound healing, channels between intuitives, and discussion on higher dimensional healing and channeling. You'll find links and more in the show notes, so be sure to check them. You can find me at soundwavesheal.com and my Facebook group, 5D Daily Spiritual Healers in Higher Dimensions. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Live in 5D. I'm Rachel Chamness. I'm a shamanic channel and mentor, and I love to help lightworkers open their psychic senses and get to know their spirit guides and learn how to channel them. Whether it's trance channeling, regular channeling, or trance healing, I think it's a really important step to do just for ascension. You don't have to become a trance channel like me, where you do it online, but it's really great to be able to trance channel and to channel your guides, to speak to them, get their messages, and get their advice on how to help you go forward in your life and your business and all of that. So that's what I love to do. It's really great to be here. Today, I want to bring forward my partner guide, Alpar-a-Be-am. He is a Blue Avian being. They actually call themselves the Kier. And I'm really excited to bring him forward because I asked him to let us know what's happening in Ascension. He said that there were some shifts coming up that we could know about and could prepare for. So I'm going to bring him forward and see what he says. I don't know what he's going to say, to be honest. It will be also new for me. So if you have a question for Alpar-a-Be-am, please ask in the comments. I am Alpar-a-Be-am. It is my pleasure to be here today to speak to you all here live. Very pleased to see that you are all actively working on your ascension, on your timelines, on your shadow work, on your spirituality, and on your paths. Today, I was asked to come forward to give an update on ascension timelines and what is happening. As a recap, if you are new to this idea, there are many timelines, but there are two main paths for humans in this time in 2025. The two paths are the 3D timeline and the 5D timeline, as is usually described by humans. And the 3D timeline consists of those who came here on this planet to experience what it would be like to have a very dramatic close of events of Earth, a sort of end of times. And all of those souls have chosen this path, so there is no reason to try and convince others to come to the Ascension timeline, for all have chosen before this lifetime. And all of you who are here actively working on your ascension are on the 5D Ascension timeline. Within this timeline, or this path, are many timelines. You have many timelines to choose from with every decision that you make, and you have many branches which come together, go apart, and eventually you will be on the final timeline for yourself as you work through your own trauma and your own shadow work. What is happening now in Ascension is what you have been seeing, which is great solar blasts onto your planet, causing much to be exposed. Much of this is lava. You're having eruptions, you're having earthquakes, and you're having tidal waves, other things that are caused by this movement of solar activity. Now, that is what you're seeing on the news. What else is happening is that it's a great deal of light codes, causing you to feel tired, causing you to feel like you are up leveling quite a bit. Your ears may be ringing. You may be feeling like you're losing time or staring into space, or having a sort of attention deficit because you're feeling quite a lot happening. You might be feeling a lot of tingling or needing to ground more often. This is all because of the solar light and the light codes flooding in. If it is too much, you may ask your spirit guides to slow it down. Or you can take a day or two and just rest as if you are sick or have the flu, but instead you are just acclimating to ascension. For yes, this is an acclimation. We cannot bring it all at once. It would be too much for your human body. What is happening in ascension is that your human 3D body is up leveling its light capacity to a light body. And this light body is a more gradual change. What is happening is that there are sometimes big bursts or time periods or steps, as you may feel them, where it's more intense energy to bring yourself up as if you're coming up steps. Think about big steps. You're going to take one big step and coast there for a while with slower upgrades, and then everyone will take another big step later. The next one will be in November. And here you are really experiencing the 8-8 portal as well, as this is greatly believed in and loved by the spiritual, metaphysical of those on your planet. And so many are focusing on this 8-8 portal. It is more magnetic. It is more powerful. And so that is really causing you maybe to lose a little sleep or to feel a lot of activity. And it is causing some changes now, some great leaps of your own ascension journey. And what is coming up is a more time of magnification of shadow work, I'm sorry to say, but in a different way. As you will find in October, you will feel this type of magnification of your shadow work more as intellectual than emotional. So what will happen is maybe a light bulb moment, a realization, oh, that is why I react that way. Or perhaps you will have your own memory of a past life or a dream which feels like a past life and is, and helps you realize something, and you will release it in that moment. So it is a different kind of shadow work than you may be used to. It is a quick reckoning of understanding what is coming forth for you. And this will happen in the middle of October. You will feel this in especially between 10/10 and 10/15, 2025. And a few days afterwards, all the way to the 23rd, you will feel a lot of this expression. And I dare say it will be easier than the way that shadow work often works. So it's nothing to be afraid of, for it is actually a way that you will up level very, very easily. Whew. Does anyone have questions for Alpar? I feel that there's something else he wants to say, but I thought we should check for questions. So he was quiet for a moment. I said in my head, should we check for questions? Okay, that's really interesting. I just want everyone to know that I do not know anything about astrology. So I don't know if this lines up with anything astrology or not. I don't even really like to get into astrology too much because I feel like it can be really too much. It's a great map if you're not awakened, but if you are awakened or awakening, and then you know that it's just a map and you can overcome it. And so you don't really need that. If you can channel, you especially don't need it. So I don't know if there's anything astrology happening during that time, but he's saying in the middle of October. Here's a great question. Let's see. When I dream and the situation is not familiar, but I know some of the people, am I jumping timelines or is it past life visits? Okay. I'll let Alpar talk and not give you my opinion on that. Okay, let's see what he says. I just saw 144, which is the angel number I always see. Okay, so let's see what he says. Let's talk about the dreaming. Yes, you are experiencing many different timelines, but also alternate realities, which is a slightly different thing than a timeline. Your dreaming is timelines or alternate timelines, alternate lives. The alternate life is different than a timeline because it can be too different for you to flip into a timeline there. So your alternate timelines line up with this one. You can only bridge from this to a higher timeline if it matches up very closely, but you have alternate lives, alternate places where you are different, where you live in a different house, where you are maybe doing a different career. And those aren't as easily breached into this timeline. However, the alternate timelines do collapse as you find your best timeline where you are now, and these lives come into this one. So when you're dreaming, you could be dreaming other timelines, but mostly you're dreaming other alternate timelines. Sometimes you are dreaming of a past life or a future life. And truthfully, past life, future life, those are also alternate lives because there is no such thing as time. You experience time in the present moment and the now in the 3D. But once you're in 5D, everything is concurrent. And so that is where all these lives would be. And when you go into these concurrent lives, they can be a place where you are completely different or experiencing something different, or they can be where you are the spirit guide or experiencing the life as your spirit guide is experiencing the life. And so you'll see it in different ways. It may be hard to hold that information when you come back because the life in itself and the dreaming space in this higher dimension does not fit as neatly back into the 3D. So it can seem very disjointed, confusing, not making much sense when you come back, and that is normal. With the solar flaring right now, you may be feeling more of your dreamscape as more vivid or more active or even more disjointed than normal. And grounding into the 5D timeline, into the 5D Earth with Gaia can help you anchor a little bit more. When you find your dreams are too active, too colorful, too much, a grounding in the morning can help, or before you go to sleep as well. For all of this activity is pulling you higher in dimension. And that's what's causing it. It's not a bad thing. However, you want to make sure you are grounded, for that helps you stay tethered into your regular life, which is absolutely necessary and is going to be helpful for you. For the dimensionality of your spirit inside your body is a fluctuating thing. You can't stay in the 5D. You can't stay in the higher dimensions because you have an earthly body. You have to keep coming back, and you have to view these in meditation or healing in different ways, but always come back to the 3D and keep your peace and calm from that experience, but you must be grounded into the 3D. And each time you do that, you are bringing more light into your body. So it's not like you're coming back to zero, but you just want to make sure you're grounded. Okay. Oh, good. There's lots of questions. Okay. I hope that helped. So it could be either one, I guess, is what he's saying. Yes. Yay for a shift from emotional to more mental shadow work is what Ashley's saying. I agree. It sounds great. All right, Attila, hi. You have a question. When we do shadow work, do you have any particular formula to release karma? What karma do you need to release in this time? For your karma has brought you this life and all of the experiences that come with it. And as we get closer to this time of full ascension, you have already built in the release of your karma by working on shadow work, by working on yourself. So there is no need to actively work on karma at this time. It is released in your actions, and you are not incurring karma any longer because you will not come back to Earth as a human again. You will live this life through ascension, most of you, for a very long time, if that is what you have chosen to do, and you will not come back in the 3D. So this is the last bit of your 3D. And in this part, karma is released. So you only need to work on your own spirituality, on your own raising of the vibration, on your own shadow work, and the karma is released automatically. This is not a concern for where you are now, and especially not past 2025 at all. I'm glad he said that, because I've seen that, and it's nice to hear him say it like that. That's helpful for me. Okay, Connie has a question. I had a vivid dream with a white rabbit being. He had 4 arms and was wearing a suit, and he was teaching me how to control my dream. Was this a real being or my imagination? That is so cool. This is a guide for you, guiding you in the way that you are most readily able to receive. And you receive well in dream state. Therefore, he is teaching you to lucid dream so that you can control your timeline, help you with your ascension, for this is the best way for you. So if others are watching and wishing this will happen to them, it may not be the easiest way for you to work with ascension. It may be the easiest way for Connie. Therefore, that is what she's experiencing. And everyone will experience what they need and will be guided in the way that they need to be guided for this journey. For you are never alone. You have many guides and helpers, and we are always here wanting to give you information and wanting to give you help. Oh, that's another good question, Connie. Is there anything we can do to help awaken our 12-strand DNA? Your 12-strand DNA is already awakening, and you can awaken to it further with help for those who know how to psychically heal and bring that forward for you. And it is awakening as the light body increases light. If this is something that you wish to work on, you may call forth a guide or helper to help you with this. There are many galactic helpers who specialize in this work, such as Palladian beings and some Lyrans, and they will step forward and help you with this if you ask. Yeah, we've done that before in my tag membership. We have a 12-strand DNA activation that I channeled from the Palladians. They will definitely help you with that. So just call them forward, or if you'd like, join tag, and it's in the archives. Does anyone else have a question? I feel like there's more he could say if you don't, but if you have another question, put it in and let's see if he can answer that when we're done. You will begin to feel your energy field, your auric field expanding in the next 11 to 12 months. And so you will see that your psychic senses can pick up emotions and other input from your auric field from farther away. It is essential that you know how to shield your auric field so that you can keep it clear as it grows. This is part of the light body change, and you will find that if you can make part of your morning a introspective meditation, a silence, where you imagine your body filled with light, and you imagine this light going out into your auric field, all the way out to the very end of where it reaches, and forming a shell there that can be a helpful way. The color of gold is a beautiful color to use, or a bright yellow, to fill your body with light, for you are literally using light from the sun, and that color yellow is a symbol of that for you. And bring that all the way to the edge, and then feel as if it's making a hard gold shell there. You may also use the color blue to bring in discernment and truth and help from Archangel Michael, who is dedicated to helping those with truth, discernment, and protection. And add that to the edge of your field. And this is a very easy way. However, if you are more advanced and you have Reiki certification, attunements, other types of healing attunements, anything light language, light codes, then you should add that to make it much stronger. For as you grow in the light and as you increase your abilities, you must also increase your shielding, for now you have this ability and you must use it. That's all it is. You have the ability, it's time to use it. You'll be forced to begin to use it if you haven't already, because you have learned it, you have attuned to it for a reason, and you must be actively using it to help you on your journey. It's there to help you, and it will. Okay, I'm back. Can you elaborate on the prophecy of 144,000 souls helping and deciding on ascension? Are these souls a special race? Are they humans? I think I already have a video of Alpar talking about this, but it doesn't come out until September, I think so. Okay, let's ask him to talk about the 144,000 souls again who help with ascension. There are many light workers, starseeds, souls who help on this planet at this time. Those of you watching are part of these souls, and there are many more than 144,000. The 144,000 souls who help for ascension are those who are actively guiding others to guide others to guide others. These 144,000 souls are, yes, both human and extraterrestrial. However, they are human linked with extraterrestrial. So you will have humans who lead others as part of the 144,000 light workers. And these humans are channeling information from ETs, such as myself, and other beings of the light, such as angels or ascended masters. There's not a lot of difference in words sometimes, for we are all extraterrestrial, as we are not 3D humans. And that is actually why I am here, is to help those who are wanting to connect to humans and give channeled information to connect to humans. And there are many beings here with me who wish to connect to you. And so for those of you who wish to channel, do know that there are ETs and other souls of the light who wish to connect to you and bring you information. It is recommended you begin with your spirit guides and learn and experience, and then we will begin to give you information when you are ready. And we feel that this is the easiest way to bring information onto Earth, is through these psychic connections. And all of you have the ability to do this. If you are wanting to do this, then you know that that is a sign from your guides to bring you to that place. Oh, yeah, well, if you want help, that's what I love to do. It's kind of where Alpar and I come together. He connects the beings to humans, I connect the humans to beings. Okay, and here's another question from GMS. I woke up to energy coming towards me one morning and felt bubbling within my body. I called Archangel Michael and it subsided. Was it an upgrade? Sometimes these are upgrades and sometimes they are energy interference. This one was energy interference, and that is why you felt it subside with Archangel Michael's help. But there are also upgrades for you to claim, and they will come to you when you are ready, silent, and in a high dimensional space, such as meditation or solitude. There are some for you to bring in that are rather intense, So they wish you to be still to receive them. I hope that helps, GMS. So let's see if Alpar has anything else to say. We see you on this journey and we wish you well. We see you all struggling yet going forward. And we'd like to say that that is the most important aspect of the journey. Though it may be hard, you are still walking forward. You are still standing in the light. You are still bringing out love for yourself and for others, or you are reminded to. You are coming back to center. Even if you go off track, you receive the information and the learning from this experience and come back to center. And that is all we ask. And if you are doing that, which I can see that you are, all of you listening here and in the future, if you're doing this, then that is all that is asked of you. For you are in a human body. You are cut off from most of your abilities, and you must learn to work with energy in any way that you can in this life. And it is not the same as the life you will experience when you are fifth dimensional or higher. And so it will be more difficult to go through the life, and you must forgive yourself for missteps or straying off the path. Even when you stray off the path, you are still on the path, for that is part of your learning journey. And so we ask you to be kind to yourself, sit with self-love, try to see the world in love, and to bring love into your essence every day and to spread that love. We ask you to step away from fear. Know that you are always protected. There is no need to prepare for the worst, for you will never need that preparation, for you will always miraculously find what you need in this life and in this timeline. And so we send you much love and our admiration. Thank you. Oh, that was nice. I liked hearing that. So, great. So Alpar, I'm glad he said that. You do not need to prep. If you're prepping or putting a lot of energy or thought into prepping for the worst case scenario, you're sort of bringing yourself into that timeline, which you don't want. So instead of prepping, just know it's going to be okay. If you feel like you're just dying to have your own garden or whatever, that's fine. But know that there's no reason to prep, or to bring that kind of fear or singular thoughts about a timeline that you don't want. And you will always find what you need. So I loved it. I loved it. So thank you for coming. And I'm going to bring Alpar through a little more often. I feel like we could use an ascension message more often. So definitely going to be asking him to come forward maybe once a month or so, I hope. So thanks for coming, and thanks for bringing your questions, because that was great. Okay, well, thank you all so much, and I hope you have a great day and a great weekend. So I'll see you soon. I'm Rachel Chamness at Sound Waves Heal. Thank you for listening today. Please follow this podcast, like, subscribe if you haven't already. We would love to have you in our Facebook group 5D Daily. And be sure to sign up for my free Channeling Spirit Guides program, which you can find under resources at soundwavesheal.com. I am Rachel Chamness, and it's my pleasure to help light workers expand their channeling to heal in higher dimensions.